Yes, I think it's important to remember that romantic love and a romantic bond is an attachment bond.
So how can a couple keep a romantic bond thriving over the lifespan of their marriage?
I think one of the best ways to start is to look at the stages that a marriage goes through, and I did write a book about that called The 7 Stages of Marriage. And in each stage, there's a different way to work on that romantic bond. So in the beginning, in the early stage, you want to build lots of memories. In the second stage, you want to really attune to the other person and get to know them better. In the third stage, you really want to be paying attention to what you want and what you need. And then the next stage, which is called the cooperation stage, is so important. It's where people have to become a team. And really, you know, they've got the I, the we, the us, but they really have to become a team. Usually that means children and lots of demands on their time, so that's the stage where most couples get what used to be called the 7-year itch, and they stop doing things together and spending time together. So that means there's very little time for the romantic bond. So at each stage, people can take specific types of ways to bringing that spark back into their relationship. So in the beginning it's easy because you've got the chemistry, and as you're moving along in the early stages, the honeymoon, so you don't know each other, so you can stumble onto things, but then you have to become more intentional over time until, you know, as couples get older, especially if they have worked that chemistry and that bond between them, it really begins to come across in an enlivening way. I always love on Valentine's Day where they get the couples who have been together for 40 or 50 or 60 years. They look like each other, they talk for each other, they touch each other, they're in synchrony with each other. It's adorable. But that's what comes of people paying attention to that romantic love over the course.
You wouldn't just tell them to have sex?
I might, but that's not all there is. I mean, it really, romantic love is you are the one for me, and I'm going to be here for you.
I think the secret is in the daily life, because love requires like this constant nurturing. Every day you want to make your partner feel like you care about them and you're there for them. My #1 tip for couples, I call it love moments. Especially moments of transitions, like when you go to bed at night and when you wake up in the morning, when you leave to work or when you come back from work. You want to do something that connects you with your partner. You want to kind of look at them, you want to do a touch, a kiss, a hug, anything that creates that moment of connection, that love moment. Is really important to keep it for the long run, because if you keep it all the time, if you do those small gestures, you know, over time will build. It'll just be this strong bond between you and the other person.
We know that for love to last and to create and hold on to this secure bond through all your transitions and through the years, you have to be able to have these moments of bonding, these hold me tight conversations. And I talk about that in my latest book, Love Sense, and there's all kinds of research on that what a hold me tight conversation is that you risk with your partner. You feel safe with that person, so you're able to talk about your fears, your uncertainties, the place you're not sure, and you're able to ask for what you need, and that partner responds. And when that partner responds to you, it just sort of fills you up. It creates this amazing sense of security in the relationship. And that's kind of like a secure base that you take with you all through the years, this safe haven bond. If you have that, you can deal with all kinds of difficulties and all kinds of transitions that come up, and you can manage them because you face them together. You sort of have each other's back. You know how to turn towards each other and hold each other tight.
Yes, I think it's important to remember that romantic love and a romantic bond is an attachment bond, and vulnerability is the main ingredient. And we do have to take those risks in asking for what we need from our partners and being really open to receiving what they have to give us. And I think that's what brings about a very healthy relationship if people can do that and they create that safety, and that does carry them throughout life, and they do feel like they can face anything together.
So it sounds like love and romance through the lifespan is completely possible, right?
Yes.
And something that we can all work on. But if we've been there once with our partners themselves and we've already been there, it's a muscle memory. We just have to go back in, get curious about them, and try again.